You know, there's a hidden battle being waged for your attention. It's happening right now, inside your brain. And the crazy part is, most of us don't even realize we're on the front lines. You know that feeling, right? That little phantom buzz in your pocket? That twitch to just check your screen for what exactly? If you've ever felt that pull, you need to know this. It is not a personal failure. It's a carefully engineered feature.
So to really understand how this all works, we have to meet the master molecule that's pulling all the strings. Let's talk about dopamine.
Now, a lot of people call dopamine the pleasure chemical, but that's not quite right. It's really the chemical of motivation. It's your brain's ancient reward system for behaviors that are good for survival. You know, like eating or connecting with other people. It's that little whisper that says, yes, that was good, do it again.
But here's the problem. Our brains are now just flooded with these artificial, super easy rewards. On one side, you've got natural dopamine, the kind you earn through effort, like after a tough workout or when you finish a big project. It's sustainable. On the other side, you have this artificial dopamine from a social media notification or an endless feed. It's instant, and your brain adapts to that. It starts demanding bigger and bigger hits, which makes the normal rewards of everyday life feel, well, kind of dull.
And here's the secret sauce that makes this whole thing so powerful. See, dopamine doesn't just give you a reward, it controls two totally separate things. Motivation is the drive. That's the feeling of, ooh, I really want to check my phone. But reinforcement? That's the habit. That's what makes you check it again 5 minutes later without even thinking about it. It's this 1-2 punch that gets hijacked.
Which brings us to the architects, the people who understand this system perfectly. So let's pull back the curtain and expose the traps they've set for our brains.
Yeah, this stuff isn't an accident. It's a formal discipline. It's called persuasive design, and it was pioneered at Stanford, of all places. The goal is super clear. Design machines that change human behavior. It takes these deep psychological insights and applies them with surgical precision to keep you engaged, clicking, and scrolling.
The first trap is one you absolutely know, the endless scroll. Just think about it for a second. A book has chapters. A magazine has a final page. These are natural stopping points where your brain gets to pause and ask, hey, do I want to keep doing this? The infinite scroll just eliminates that. It's a bottomless pit of content designed so your brain never gets a chance to catch up with your impulse.
And don't take my word for it. The guy who invented the feature now calls it a waste of hundreds of millions of human hours. Those are his words. It's a perfect example of a design choice that serves the platform's goals, not yours. And these traps, they build on each other. So think about when you pull down to refresh your social media feed. That simple little action is designed to feel exactly like pulling the lever on a slot machine. You have no idea what you're going to get. Maybe nothing, maybe a like, maybe an exciting new message. It's that unpredictability, what psychologists call a variable reward, that makes gambling so addictive. And it's built right into your pocket. This same trick gets perfected in video games with something called loot boxes. Players will pay real money for a virtual box of who knows what. The rewards are totally random. It's a system so effective at getting people to spend compulsively that it really blurs the line between a game and a casino, and it's using the exact same psychological hooks.
So yeah, these apps are free, but there is a cost. And it's not paid with money. It's paid with our attention, our time, and maybe even the health of our brains. And there's actual physical evidence for this. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that too much screen time can physically change the brain. Specifically, the prefrontal cortex, which is basically your brain's CEO for things like impulse control and decision-making, it can actually become thinner. This isn't just a feeling, it's a tangible impact on the very hardware of your mind. And the mental health consequences are just as stark. One study found that for every additional hour a teen spends on social media per day, the risk of depression goes up by 14%. That's for every single hour. You know, this isn't just about our own individual health. It's about our relationships. As child psychologist Richard Fried says, this is tearing families apart. That constant battle over screen time is creating conflict and disconnection right where there should be support and love. Okay, so we've seen the traps and we know the cost. I know it can feel a little overwhelming, but the moment you understand the system, that's the moment you can start to beat it. This is how you escape the labyrinth. So here it is, a simple 4-step escape plan. It starts with creating physical boundaries. You know, tech-free zones like the dinner table or the bedroom. Then you can actually change your phone's environment by going grayscale. It sounds silly, but it works. Those bright, shiny apps become way less appealing. You can also use technology against itself with app blockers. And maybe most important of all, you have to consciously replace that screen time with real-world activities that give you those healthy, natural rewards your brain is actually craving.
And for parents, trying to navigate this can feel impossible. The 3-6-9-12 rule is a really simple, evidence-based framework that gives you some clear guidelines. It's designed to protect developing brains right when they are most vulnerable to these addictive technologies.
Ultimately, the point is this: your digital world was designed from the ground up to manipulate your brain's reward system. But knowledge is power. You now understand the playbook. The architects of addiction built their world to keep you scrolling. So, the only question that really matters now is, how are you going to redesign yours?